Hey, everybody. Happy Tuesday. I'm so messed up this week on what day it is. Things have been crazy and all that jazz has been going on. It's been quite interesting. So I'm going to share out this last share real quick and then we're going to get started. We're running a little slow today. Facebook keeps changing their stuff around. All right, cool. So tonight we are going to have fun. We're going to talk with Grant about some of his inspirations, some of his reasons why he came up with Beowulf again, and where he's at in the story, what the story's about, and talk about what some of his hobbies are. Find some connections for you guys of what you guys have in common, because that's what it's all about, getting to know the creators, because we don't get time to do that. We sign their books at conventions. We may say a few passing words, but we don't really get to ask those burning questions that we've always wanted to know. Hey, Jack, welcome to the show, my friend. So we're gonna run through the sponsors real quick, and we're gonna get this shindig started. So Russ Explode Studios is sponsored by Tiffaney's Personalizations with Heart. Please check out Tiffaney's Personalizations with Heart. All these links that I'm gonna be naming off are gonna be available in the description above, so you can go check those out. So check out Tiffany's Personalization with Heart. You can get custom T-shirts, custom keychains, custom anything, custom towels, which leads up to the project that will be launched at the end of this month. You guys are gonna love it. It's hilarious. And we're also sponsored by Kerry Studios with Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann. Please check out StephWilsonArt.com and check out all the original art that he has available, some of the comic books that you can buy there. We're also sponsored by Naughty Fairies. Check out Wendy Steen Shane's projects, Naughty Fairy Stripper Assassins, as well as the awesome kids book that's going to be releasing this spring. Luna Tales. It's an anthology with a bunch of stories written by a bunch of awesome creators, including me. It's a beautiful story with art by April Reyna. I love the way it turned out. You guys definitely need to check it out when you get close to launch. Excuse me. We also sponsored by Codex Entertainment LLC with Luis Torres. Please check out Asian Starlet Whispers in Necropolis, Lily the Demoness, and VRXOXO with issue 2 launching soon. Also sponsored by Outpost 426 Studios with CB Zane and Michael Shoemaker. Black Rabbit just launched an awesome Kickstarter campaign ending with like 56K, 1,031 backers. What a freaking amazing project that was. Check out their other projects, Into the Suck and Scorpiana as well. We got 183 Degree Studio with Alfred Trujillo, Dooby Dooby Doo, and Miss AZ Power Girl, Kara Nicole. Check out all their cosplay and all the original art available in the links above. You can check out their Patreons or their website and get some of those sweet prints or original art. Melone Management. Do you have a project that's running right now, whether it's Indiegogo or it's Kickstarter, and you just got to keep cranking away on your project, but you don't have time to promote, you don't have time to make up all those cool ads or look for stretch goals? Look no further. Hit up Lisa Malone, and she will give you a free 1 hour consultation. Go over what her services are so you can get her on your advertising and all that good stuff, and you can keep working on that super sweet project that you're trying to push. And we've also got Fartoons Productions with Rye Guy. Check out his stuff in the links above. Doris Jones Labor of Love.com. Check out all of her great paintings. And last but not least, we have Comic Books for Kids charity auctions, also known as Rusty Flow Studios Charity Auctions for CB4K. We are launching an awesome auction the 22nd. I got some stuff up right now. I'm going to keep posting stuff every few days to get things rolling. So, guys, please bid on these items. Share these items out. Please, if you have something that you would like to offer up for donations for it, I am trying to hit $1,000. We are currently at 165. So I'm excited for CB4K Day to get here. Mark's excited, and I was pleased to be able to host this auction this year. So, guys, definitely check it out. So, without further ado, we're going to bring out the guest tonight, Grant Lankard. Where's
Hey
Mooney at?
everybody.
Get him in here.
How's it going, guys?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great tonight.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. So, Beowulf 3 is live right now. So
Yeah,
we'll
there's
talk
a
about that a little bit later. We'll go over the project, but I want to get into the depth of everything. So, what inspired Beowulf? What inspired including Mooney in the book? Your double eye colored cat. You got one blue eye and one green eye.
bookshelf. It was like I think it was like the Time Life books that you could send away for. And I remember seeing the story of Beowulf in there, and the thing that stuck out to me about it was that it felt like a superhero story. He felt like the original superhero to me. And so I created. You having fun over
Sorry, I
there?
was copying the link. It does this every time I copy a link, and I don't know why. It's a glitch. It'll go back on its own. Watch this. As soon as I paste it and put it in there, it'll go back because it's weird like that. So I apologize. It's being okay
I
right
wasn't
now.
sure if you were messing with me or what.
No, every single show when somebody puts a link in here and I copy and paste it, it does this. So just hold on here. We'll fix it. Well, ta-da! I was in an alternate universe. You're talking about superheroes, and so I was just showing you my special power. I'm able to go live sideways.
You're in the Phantom Zone.
I'm in the Phantom Zone.
So what was I saying? Oh, yeah. So Beowulf is like the guy that I would draw in my notebooks, like in school when I was bored, or like when we would play on the playground. Beowulf, I would pretend to be like we would make up our own superheroes, and I would always be Beowulf. And recently I was thinking, it's always been my dream to do my own comic book. And what should I do it on? And I figured I would do it on the superhero that I made up when I was a kid.
So what inspired you to include Mooney in there?
The fact that he kind of reminds me of a wizard. If you ever met Mooney, you would think you can picture him being like a wise old wizard. Who's the Umad Me says just like Russell being sideways. Is that true?
Yeah, that's a project we're launching at the end of the month. It's true.
Oh,
Yeah, your
I don't
own
know about that yet.
microfiber after sex cleanup towels. It's gonna be awesome, man. It's gonna be fun. Why not? Why not have fun? So
Oh, that's right. I remember
Jack,
you
for
talking about that.
thank you, Jack, for sponsoring Jizz Gone. He's gonna be our top supporter. He said he's gonna get the 1,000 pack. I tried to tell him they weren't disposable like KFC naps, but whatever. Let him buy all the ones he wants. I just think it'd be
Does he
funny,
really need that
just to.
many?
I don't know. I mean, it would be funny just to if you had guests over, just replace your hand towel with one, just to get people's reactions. Be like, oh my God, has this been used? Everybody comes out with wet hands. Oh, look at him already derailing the show. So yeah, Mooney. He looks like he said he seems like a wizard to you. So you thought, hey, I'll include him in the story. Oh man. All right, we're gonna ignore him for right now. We'll go back to that. So anyway, so give us what led you into comics and the whole thing with starting the studio and getting into creating comics because Beowulf isn't the only piece that you did. You also had the oh my God, I got it sitting right over there, and my brain is toast.
Memoirs of the Morbid?
Memoirs of the Morbid. Thank you. Yeah,
Right.
it's literally sitting over there. That's like my next book to read. And I got my favorite cover on that, the one with the squirrel and the eyeball. Oh my God, I love it. It's my favorite. I'm like, I look through them. I'm like, yeah, that one's pretty cool. Yeah. Oh,
That one
I
turned
gotta
out
have that
really
one.
good. Yeah, there were a bunch of cool covers. I probably went overboard on the covers. So what got me into comic books? Well, I was growing up in the '90s, which is when everybody was reading comic books, right?
Absolutely.
That was like you remember. I think this is something you and I have in common that we both got into comic books in the early and mid '90s, which is back when
Hmm.
like if you were a comic book artist, it was like you were a rock star.
Oh yeah. And
Like there were
if you were into comic books, you were a big nerd that nobody wanted anything to do with.
right, but there was
But if you
I
were an
mean
artist, you were definitely a rock star.
there were literally like the guys from Image would do like book signings, and a couple of them like almost turned into riots. Like it was that exciting. Um, yeah, growing up, it was just like, wow, you can actually make a living doing art. Who would have thought? Not like, you know, cheesy sunset type art, like, you know, really badass guys like beating up other badass guys, you know. That's exactly what I wanted to do. To this day, like when I like just looking at those comic books makes me nostalgic.
Oh my gosh,
I
yeah. I
just
mean, so what was the first book you picked up? My first book that I picked up was awesome. I went to this pawn shop that was going out that before it went out of business, and because I always looked for like Genesis games. Because who want as a kid, working at a part time at a hardware store after school, all my money went to Legos, video games, and movies. And so like I went to this new pawn shop opened up, and it had been there a while, and I never visited it. Well, I pretty much wiped the other store out of all the games that I didn't have, and so I was like, I'll go check out this pawn shop. And it was right next to the Chinese restaurant that I love over there. That opened up, man. It's still the best Chinese restaurant. It's still there too. I love it. Pawn shop isn't though. So I went to the pawn shop and I was just browsing around. The guy didn't have any video games, but he had these long boxes in the back, and I was like, ooh, comic books. I haven't bought any books in a while, so I'm sorting through them. And here I am. I'm a 13-year-old kid riding my bike to around town, going to the pawn shops, looking for video games, and I come across Vampirella. This hot, fierce, badass fucking vampire, and she's just like all fanged out, and you know, 13-year-old boy. I'm like, oh yeah, I want to read this. This looks raunchy. So I picked that up and a couple of Teen Titan books, and I don't remember what else, but that was when I got the Adam Hughes cover of the first Vampirella, and
was the story good too?
oh, the story was great. And no, the pages aren't stuck together for any of you sickos out there. But no, I I read the book and I was like, man, this is fantastic. So I went back and I bought some more from him, and then I started going in there regularly. And one day, after I don't know 3 months of going in there, he was like, "Oh, hey man, I'm going out of business." And I was just like bummed because when I grew up, the only place you get comic books was the grocery store. You went in
Right.
there and you had what was called, the rack roulette, because you may have an X-Men 67 or 68, but when you go in there, it's going to be like X-Men 123 because you're never going to get consecutive issues. Or they
Right.
had like the buy five, get two free packs that like the publishers put together to try to get rid of overstock. And and so you never knew what you were going to get, but they were cool as shit because they were only like $5 or $6. And then later on, inflation happened. They went up to like $17. But that was the only place I could go to get old comics. We had no comic stores, and I was so bummed. And he's like, "Hey man, I'll work you a deal. I'll sell you everything I have for like $125." And I was like, "Deal." And I was like, "Let me get my parents, because I don't think 3 long boxes of comic books are gonna fit on my bicycle." And it was just awesome going through there, all the cool Ghost Rider books and stuff that I found. But Vampirella and Ghost Rider and X-Men were really my big ones. And uh, when I found that Vampirella, there had been like a 4 or 5 year pause in comics because, like I said, you couldn't find them anywhere. Maybe at the drugstore they had one, or maybe at IGA. Now that IGA's out of business now, but back then you had IGA. I'd go in there in the spinner rack and I'd buy every single one of those combo packs, looking for rare books. You get some really cool image die cut covers, and you're like, oh man, or a bunch of Shadowhawk #1s because those are worth millions, millions. Not really, but yeah, that's what really got me into comics. So what was the book for you that you picked up and you're like, I've got to read this?
So one of the big first comic books for me was a Chris Claremont, Mark Silvestri issue of X-Men. I loved the X-Men when I was a kid.
Oh man, so who's your favorite X-Men? All right,
Night,
this is
Nightcrawler.
gonna be what sets you apart from everybody. Come on, man, you gotta admit it. Who is it?
Nightcrawler is my favorite X-Man.
Nightcrawler's badass.
He's
I
awesome.
freaking love Nightcrawler. The way he can like phase shift in and out, and go wherever he wants as long as he can vision it. It's badass. It's really cool. Mine is Gambit, and it'll always be Gambit. And it's for one reason, because he's a badass, and because he can make stuff explode. I mean, come on. It's Russ Explode Studios. So,
Right.
like, of course, Gambit's gonna be my favorite because like somebody cuts me off in traffic, I want to just like pick up, the junk mail from yesterday and make it a bomb and just be like,
I can never
gone.
figure out. I can never figure out how he could throw the cards so well, though. I can never get it.
I
I
know. Hey, have you ever gone on TikTok and watched those people that throw cards? Like they have people that like will toss an apple in the air, and this dude will throw this card and cut the apple in half in midair. Like I couldn't even hit the broadside of a barn with a playing card. This dude's hitting an apple this big at like 35 feet away with enough inertia that it actually goes all the way through. And they get it on slow mo, and it's so cool because you see the card warping as the energy's being transferred into the apple, and it spins while it's going through. It
That's
is insane. So if
crazy.
you haven't seen those, you've got to look it up. They do
No,
like melons, they do freaking apples, all kinds of shit. Like he'll cut a rose plant in half with it. It's like what the
the
how
you
do you
know
do
what?
that?
I remember when I was a kid, me and my friends would try throwing cards because we wanted to be like Gambit, and I remember like being so disappointed. Like, how are you supposed to throw these cards? Like, how does he do that? And like, I couldn't
Yeah.
figure out.
Oh no, that was me as a kid. You would throw it and it would go straight down into the ground, like those old balsa wood airplanes we would get all the
Right.
time at Walmart or wherever. You go home, you'd be so excited to put it together, and the first time you throw it, it just goes straight down in the ground, and the wings break off of it.
Yeah.
And you're dumb enough to buy another one the next time you go. You're like, maybe this time will be better. No. And then they had the one with the wind up propeller. So yeah, it was the same way with the freaking playing cards. I was like, flop, like
I
whatever.
remember, like even in Wizard magazine, people would like write in letters and say like, "How does Gambit throw these cards so well?" But I didn't know about what you were talking about, like on TikTok. There are people who are actually good at this.
Oh man, it's a freaking art. Like it's on TikTok and YouTube. Just look up, playing card trick shots. And they do some of the most insane things. Like they could literally split hairs at like 100 feet away with these playing cards. This guy is like a playing card master. Like he would legit be if he could like transfer energy, he could so totally be Gambit. He could kill somebody from like 2 miles away with his exploding playing cards because he's that good. And here I can't even hit the broadside of a barn 3 feet away.
Exactly. Hi, Wendy.
Look,
By
I
the
cut
way.
a blade of grass at my feet.
Hi,
So
Wendy.
so
Thanks for
X-Men
showing
was
up.
your big thing. You loved Nightcrawler. You were really big into, this whole thing with doing this Beowulf as a superhero. So when did you start to write the story for Beowulf? When did it actually go from an idea to fruition?
Well, so I didn't go into comic books like right after I graduated from high school because everybody told me there's no money in it. Uh, so I did a bunch of other jobs. So I was a cubicle dweller, which was horrible. I hated sitting in a cubicle. And when the whole quarantine thing happened, I said to myself, okay, I've got all this extra free time. I was just sitting around, I was drinking more, I was wasting a lot of time. And I said to myself, you know what? If I don't start a comic book now, I'm never going to. So I sat down and I started mocking everything up. I mean, I took the same basic idea from when I was a kid, but I mean, the story is totally different now.
Yeah, man, I get you. I mean, that was me as a kid. I wanted to write books. Everybody knows my story. I wrote this book 10 years ago, and it's like, my ideas changed. I rewrote it well, no, 2020. Time's been flying by. The last 3 years, we tried to forget. I'm already trying to forget this year. We're not even 2 months in, and it was just one of those things. It's like this idea sticks in your brain, and you keep wanting to do it, and it's great because when he said I picked up Beowulf 1. And it was one of those things that
Thanks,
it's
Wendy.
just like I always was like, nah, I'm never gonna be able to do it. Nobody's gonna be interested in it. And it's just that self-doubt that you just sit around and you loathe, just the thought of, trying to get it out there because there's so much stuff. Nobody like why isn't we gonna care about my project? And then you meet an awesome
Exactly.
group of people like Wendy and Josh and Jack and everybody in the community, CB Zane and all these people And you know, I started promoting like 4 or 5 years ago indie artists, indie creators, and everybody was always like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, I wrote a book 10 years ago." And then they were like, "Well, what did you do with it?" "Oh, I didn't do anything." And I'm like, "Oh, you should do it." So you know, after years and years and years of hearing that, and then you know, finding out that you know this, I may not be around much longer, I was like, what do I regret the most? Not putting this book out. And so these are our babies. These are our dreams. You know, we think about them as kids. As we become adults, we twist them, we change them around. They get better, and then everything happens for a reason. We put them off so that they can be the greatest that they can be. You know, there's a time and a place, and you know that was kind of like with Xenonanite that fell in, and like with you, it's Beowulf. You know, you're like, oh, I want to come back to this idea now that I've got my own comic book company. I want to do this, and then you did your horror book, you know, Memoirs of the Morbid, and you
Right.
created your own. Uh, Crypt Keeper, you know. I love the trailer. Anybody that hasn't seen it, look up Memoirs of the Morbid on Kickstarter and go watch the trailer to the book. It'll sell you on the book. Yeah,
Thanks.
like the guy is freaking hilarious. The voice for it's hilarious. The acting out, I loved it. It was awesome.
Yeah, the
And I'm
guy
super
who did the
excited for book 3 of Beowulf too. I'm excited to see what happens and where things go in the story.
yeah
Hopefully
for
Mooney
sure.
doesn't get barbecued. Here we don't eat, cats. At least I hope not. You never know what when you order food what you're getting. But
You know me well enough that you don't think I would kill off a cat, do you?
no, I'm just kidding. I got 3 of them running around me right now, getting ready to knock my banner over on my head. So if I get knocked out, it was the cats. Everyone, Grant, just take over the show. No
Okay.
problem.
I love it when you post your cat photos. They're so cute.
Oh, they are awesome. I got my
Yeah.
best one here with me. She will never be forgotten. She sits here with me every night,
Aw.
and we work on stuff pool cards and stuff together. That was the hardest thing I think I've ever been through. It was like losing a kid, after 18 years. And now I made up for it. I went and got Raziel in her honor, and oh my gosh, he's so changed. And it
Yeah.
sucked too because after I got him, it was come to find out he'd been abused at his first home, and then another lady adopted him. And one of the things in the adoption contract is they're inside only. She left him outside, so when we got him, he just stayed in the corner and I picked him up and I finally got up and picked him up and brought him over and sat down in the chair and he just stood up and he put his paws around my neck and then laid his face against mine. And I was like, that's when I knew that he knew and he knew that I knew and the lady forgot that we were even in there. They closed. They closed and they were walking around going to turn the lights off and she's like, oh my God, I forgot you were in
That
here.
is
She's
that
like,
is
do you want to see the
crazy.
girl cat? She's like, it's not your fault because there was 2 other cats I was wanting to look at. And I was like, no, he's ready to go home. And so I was talking to him. I was like, I'm like, I'm sorry, bud. I know you really want to go home. I'm like, but I can't take you home. They don't let you take you guys home the same day. And she peeked her head around the corner and she's like, you can take him home today. And I was like, oh my gosh. So that was super exciting. Because I had
That's
him take
awesome.
Midnight out because I got her there. That's the same place I rescued her from. And this one over here thinks she's my co-host. She likes to jump on my shoulder and show her butthole off on camera.
Well,
You know,
Mooney's in the room with me, but he hasn't come over yet. Sometimes he makes a guest appearance when I do these types of shows. That would be
come here,
nice.
Savannah. Come here. You want to say hi to Grant? We're talking about kitties. Come here, sweetie. Get up. What are you doing, baby girl? Hi, sugars. See, now this one is an absolute lover. This is my lover baby right here.
That's a fluffy
My
one.
little Maine Coon. She was scared to death when we brought her in. She would, anytime anybody would walk in the room, she'd find the nearest thing to hide under. And
Is
now
she the
she's
one that
just
was
a lover.
scary?
I know you're gonna get up on my shoulder and show off your butt. You do every freaking time, turd head.
Yeah, your
But
story
anyway,
kind
enough
of.
about cats.
Oh,
What?
okay. No, I was
No,
gonna
go
say
ahead.
your story reminds me of how we got Mooney. We went to a cat cafe, and Mooney Mooney was just sitting in the corner, looking so sad and so lonely. And
Oh,
like our other cat, Eva, had just passed away, and I remember thinking to myself, okay, if we get another cat, it has got to be like the youngest and healthiest cat ever. And we of course instantly fell in love with Mooney, who's like 15 years old. The only reason why we didn't adopt him like right on the spot, like right that same night, was because I remember thinking to myself, everybody's gonna think that we're crazy for adopting a 15-year-old cat after just dealing with all these like health problems that our other cat had. So we went home and we had like a funeral and we invited our friends over and I showed them the picture of Mooney and everybody was like, "Oh my god, what are you waiting for? You need to go rescue that cat right this second." And then
Yeah.
I was like, at that point, like I went and I called the cat cafe and I was like, "Okay, I want to adopt Mooney." We drove in the very next day and we adopted him.
And that's awesome, man. You don't find many people that are going and adopt a 15-year-old animal. I mean, to be honest,
Right.
just for a cat to make it to 15, that's honestly around what their age range is. They can make it to 20, 22. But,
It's
to take
crazy.
in a cat and give them a great end of life, and a loving home, and even wrote him into a book because he's a wizard. That's a great story. We don't have any cat cafes around here. I hear about those where you can go in and you get a cup of coffee and the cats walk around and stuff, and you can, work on your computer and get love from animals and then go home. And then it's like a way to have a relationship with an animal, but not have to deal with it at home because you're
Oh,
away
it's the
from home
best.
with work all the time. And that's a really cool idea. Like I heard about those. I was like, why don't we have those around here? Because I'm glad we don't, because I would have 100 cats. Don't tell
Right.
Tiffany. They're awesome animals. I know a lot of people aren't cat people, but they are really awesome because they're
I love
all
cats.
like dogs are just like doesn't matter what breed it is. They're happy to see you. They'll freaking jump on you and knock you over when you come to the door, and then you got to take them outside and take them on walks and all that. And cats are independent. They're just like F you, human.
Right.
And then their food bowl runs out, and they're like, "Excuse me, peasant, will you please refill my food? I do
Right.
not have any food in here."
That's what
And
I
then you're
love
like,
about cats.
"Oh, you're so cute." And they're like, "Peasant, I said food now." And then you're just like, "Oh," and you're like all loving on it and stuff, even though it's, you know, talking shit to you. And that's what I love about them. And then they're like, "Oh, you got a glass of milk on the table?" Oh, haha, now you've got nothing to drink. That's what happens when you love on me and tell me I'm cute and you don't get me food and water right this instant.
Mooney,
But they are
fortunately,
really awesome. They all have their individual personalities. Raziel everything scares the shit out of them. Savannah, she just like wants to rip my mustache hair out in the middle of the night and stand over me. The
oh
creepiest
really?
damn thing ever. You wake up and there's this cat over you, like, "Hi, what you doing?"
Mooney did that when we first got him. I would wake up in the middle of the night and he would be like sitting right on my throat so I couldn't breathe. So
Oh my god.
I'd like be right in the middle of sleeping and all of a sudden I couldn't breathe.
Let's see, but that's not crazy. That's just like wanting to adopt an old man or woman.
I've never wanted to do that to be honest with you, but
Well, it, that actually happens here. They do have adopt an old lady or an old man around here. It's actually really cool. So
that
it's
sounds
like
cool.
usually the second or the third graders, they get an opportunity to adopt a senior citizen that's in one of the old folks' home, and they set up dates where the school goes to the nursing home and the kids spend time. Which now, of course, since COVID happened, they're not doing it anymore. But it was one of the coolest things I ever seen. It was so cute, all these younger kids going in and playing, tic tac toe and checkers with and drawing them pictures and stuff, and that just makes their day,
Right.
that to have that kind of attention. So they do have that around here. So
That sounds cool.
stop making fun of it, Jack. It's a real thing, man. Bust you up,
Did your
son.
kids ever do it?
No, Roderick's in first grade. We homeschooled him for kindergarten because of COVID, and then Adrian will be starting kindergarten next year. So maybe once a few years happen and they get this shit under control, hopefully they'll move to being able to do that again. But I thought it was a really cool thing. More people need to do that. That was like when I was in school back in the '90s. We sent letters to other kids across the world, and then they would send us return letters back. And I
I
thought
had a
that
pen
was really
pal.
cool. Did you do
Yeah,
that too?
I had a pen pal when I was a kid. I wonder whatever happened to him. The problem with it was, though, I think it was like my mom was more into it than I was. You know what I mean? Like, she was the one who was
Hmm.
like, "You have to write a letter to your pen pal today." And I'd be like, "Oh man, mom, I just want to go outside and play." And she's like, "No, you have to write to your pen pal."
I take care of my grandparents. I did adopt old people. So fuck you.
Fair enough, man.
Oh, shit. I mean, hell, at this point, we're getting old, man. I mean, I definitely feel it every day when I get up. Now we sit here and we think about writing these stories, and we're just like, oh my god, I got a crick in my wrist. But we still crank at it, and I enjoyed issue 1 and 2 of Beowulf. I do need to do a review and maybe possibly do a showing off of Beowulf 1 if I get some time, the next few weeks.
That
Uh,
would be awesome.
Definitely
I would be
show it off to
honored.
people, and for the third time in a row, you got Project We Love, which is awesome.
I know, is that crazy or what? If I hadn't gotten it this time, I would have been like, "Hey, what happened?" You know what I mean? Because I got the first two, and I was like, you're sitting there. I'm sure you did the same thing. You're like, "Okay, am I going to get it or not?" And then like, I was like, sometimes you get it, sometimes you don't. I mean, it's all just somebody's opinion, right?
Hey, I've never gotten it, and I'll be damned. Tiffany's running this Jizz Be Gone, and I'll laugh if she gets Project We Love because they're gonna be like, "Hey, this is awesome. Nobody's ever, developed after sex care towels." So, we'll see what happens. She'll get it, but I don't. They think all my ideas are crazy. Like I
Well,
got
I
some
gotta
freaking
ask.
title that they can't pronounce, and then I got Step Full Circle Destruction. We've got, the outhouse, the Glory Hole of Doom. I know, Wendy. It's like, what the hell did we do wrong? See what it is Grant goes in there with his luxurious shirt that he's got on that looks like suede leather, and he's got this
Right?
massive, glorious lion's beard, and he goes in there with Mooney, and he's like, Mooney,
I think
cast your
it's
spell upon Kickstarter.
I think it's totally Mooney. I think they're charmed by Mooney, and they're like, and they give it to me. So how is Jizz Be Gone different than just a regular tower? Is it just the does
Oh,
it
I'm
just
glad you asked. So we are trying out various forms of microfiber tiles. I actually have a R&D group that's working on it for me. We're gonna have all kinds of different ones. We're gonna have the red wing ones. We're gonna have the backdoor ones. Those are gonna be brown. You don't want to mix your tiles up. We're gonna have. We actually got requested to do yellow for wet work. Whatever. We were gonna please the crowd, but here's how it's different. You're gonna have this super sweet microfiber towel that is and you know what, where else are you going to get a small collapsible clothes basket that says cum dumpster on it? I mean, you don't want to wash that with your regular clothes. You don't want to go into work and you got jizz stains on your t-shirt, so you got your own. We hit the stretch goal. You get your own collapsible dumpster that says cum dumpster on it. It's a little clothes basket. You just toss them right in. You throw them in the wash. We got the 10 pack for the 13-year-old boy. It's called the Spank Bank, because when you were 13, sometimes you crank it out more than once in a day. So we got 3 extra for the week. And, we got the his and hers. We got the pink and the blue. And then we got the playing in the mud. We got the brown one. You got the Red Wings, which is the red one. The Wet Works, the yellow one. And, we're going to have fun with this. It's just for shits and giggles, something fun for Tiffany to do. Help get her business out there.
You know
And
what?
you know what? It could be $1 million idea, man. You're going to see Jizz Be Gone on As Seen on TV. It's going to be in movies. Hell, the porn industry might even pick it up. Every DVD you're going to have in the background, Jizz Be Gone house. I mean, what can I say? And like I said, who wouldn't want to buy that as a gag gift? You go to a baby shower and you give, here's some burp cloths, Jizz Be Gone.
Well, I was just gonna say,
just, just as a gag gift. How funny is that?
I was
All
just gonna
these
say,
burp.
go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna buy one for my stepson. He would get so mad because he has like no sense of humor. Because I always tease him, like when it's time for dinner, like I call down the stairs and I'll be like, "Hey Liam, stop whacking off and come up to dinner." He gets so mad. He doesn't see any humor in that at all.
250K can't fade easy. Hey man, listen. Some dude got on there and sold us piss in a can for $400 a can. He did 90K in US
Really?
when we did the math. Yeah, he saved his pee for 2 years and he put it in an aluminum can with a foil lid on it. Like all I'm thinking is who is this person that bought a 6-pack of pee in a can and has
Right.
$2,300 to buy this 6-pack of pee that they're going to sit on a shelf? Like, all I can imagine in my mind is, say you throw this huge get together at your house, and somebody sees that on the counter, and they're like, "Oh, cool, man! The fridge is out of beer." They pop one off, rip the top
Oh,
off, and then all of a sudden you've got like 5-year-old pungent pee smell all throughout your house. And I mean, this dude's
oh,
drunk as a skunk and he drinks it anyway. This is how the apocalypse happens. So this guy drinks this 5-year-old pee and he mutates into like some swamp thing creature, and then it just takes over. It's infectious. The whole party goers turn into these swamp thing monsters, and then they
that
take
is
over the world.
disgusting. You
It
need to
is
write that up.
absolutely disgusting. The aluminum cans did look amazing instead of a baby shower. It's a gold shower. Get out of here. Oh, and the other cool thing that we're offering on the campaign, you're gonna love this. So you know how you get a tumbler? So Tiffany, we actually got the glitter in today. I wish she would have brought it downstairs. I would show it off. Oh, I got a picture of it. So she ordered the penis and the sperm glitter, and it came in the mail today. We are making tumblers. So instead of a tumbler, there's like the glitter in it. We're gonna put the liquid in there, and we're gonna add the sperm and the penis glitter in with some, blue holographic glitter, and we're gonna sell cumblers. And it's gonna have the Jizz Be Gone logo on the outside. I mean, this is $1 million idea. And then they somehow she got some like white snowy look. Oh, this stuff looks awesome. It's like sand, real sandy glitter, and it's got chunks in it, and it's white. She's like, I don't know what I'm gonna do with this. I'm like, I got it. We're gonna order holographic boob glitter, and it's gonna be a boobler. So we got the boobler or the cumbler, whichever one you're wanting. I mean, this is gonna be awesome, Grant. It's gonna be $1 million idea. We're gonna sell them nationwide. Everybody's gonna have Jizz Be Gone towels. Hold on, I'll show you this sweet ass picture when I figure out what the name of the group. Oh, here it is. These people talk so much, it's hard to keep track of where things went. All right, guys, it came today. Here it is, right here. We've got the spermy glitter right there.
Oh my god.
I know, right? And then this is the holographic blue laser that we're gonna put in there. And then
It's like super sperm.
it is. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cool. Oh, don't be surprised. Saturday, I'm gonna be drinking out of it. I don't care. I'll Wrong button. I'll show off my merchandise. Let's see what do we get here. Hop in on this grant. It's gonna take off. It'll bring peace to the Ukraine-Russia tensions. Oh yeah, dude, it does look amazing. All right, hold on a second. Tiffany's walking through. She just got a shower. All right, it's off. Nope, just kidding.
Shut up.
Did you bring that glitter down with you?
No.
Oh, you suck. I was gonna show it off. Somehow we derailed into talking about Jizz Be Gone again. I don't know how.
Picture on my phone.
I think I brought it up.
I know you have a picture on your phone. I got a picture of it on my phone too. I already showed them. Whatever.
No, I didn't.
That's all right. We'll be showing off the Cumbler on Saturday. Did you look and see if there's boob glitter?
No, because my phone just came back on.
All right, you got to look for the boob glitter because we're gonna do the boobler. We're gonna do the boobler. We're doing it. Oh my God! Have the boobler and put mommy's milker. Sell millions. People like check out my mommy milker. Stone's gonna get 2. And he's gonna have a whole set of Jizz Be Gone with all those posters in his room. Have you ever seen his room and all those crazy posters he's got? Every time I see that JOF in the back around, like somehow it changes into THOT. You know, I'm always like, oh, does that say thought? Oh, I'm like, oh, it says jot. And then I just keep scrolling. That's right, Stone. That's just for you, buddy. So anyway, we'll get back on track. We're going to talk about Beowulf. Issue 3 is live right now. We're going to pop this link in the comments again. Hopefully I don't go sideways. If I do, oh well. Everything else around me has been going sideways.
Everything else is sideways.
So you guys can check out this awesome book here. You can get issues 1 and 2 if you didn't check out book 3. Book 1 and 2 are great. Check out book 3. Now, are you offering Memoirs of a Morbid as an add-on on this campaign? If anybody
You know what?
missed
I
out on
didn't.
it?
That would have been a good idea. Maybe I will go back and add that in.
Hey, you know what? That'll be something good to kind of keep things going during the lull. Hop on there and add it into the add-ons, and then make an announcement, send out an update, say, hey guys, I added on Memoirs of a Morbid if you missed out. and hopefully it'll gear you some traction because there's nothing worse than hitting the wall. You've been live for what, 3 days now?
Yeah, I definitely feel like I hit the wall because it was like the first 2 days were awesome. I mean, that's everybody though, isn't it? The first 2 days and the last 2 days are awesome because the first 2 days, all the hardcore fans come out, and then the last 2 days, all the last minute people come out, and it's the days in between there that are rough, right?
Yeah, and it's terrible. And just since we have 6 viewers in here, guys, I want to do this real quick. Please, nobody jump out. I am actively doing auctions throughout the shows. I'm going to throw these up real quick, the ones that haven't sold yet. So far, we're at $165. If you would like this beautiful sunset piece with this woman walking in the background in this tree, done by Wendy Steen Shaner,
Oh, wow.
$25 shipped. You can get this. All proceeds are going to Comic Books for Kids to help sick kids in hospitals and cancer centers everywhere. We've also got Harlequin by Wendy Steen Shaner, also $25 shipped. Wendy, we sold, whoa, almost knocked them off, Party Foul. And we sold this one on Saturday on Blastcast. We've got the TARDIS.
That looks awesome.
That one went right away. And then we've also got, so guys, all you got to do is say Harley 25, well, here we get it right. Sunset 25. We've also got the, we decided on Pelican and the TARDIS for $25.
I like the colors in that one.
Oh, yeah, they're beautiful. And he did such a great job. Oh, this one's awesome, guys. We've got the TARDIS and the waterfall. Look at that beautiful scene right there, done by Wendy Steen Shaner, $25 shipped. Oh, Wendy, we sold both of the sketch covers you sent me too. Both of the sketch covers you just sent me, we sold those for $100, and the TARDIS snow piece sold for $25, so that put us at $125. And then Rodney sold the Mickey cover Saturday for $40, so that put us at $165, which is a great start. We're trying to get to that 1,000 by the 22nd, which is Comic Books for Kids Day. And the final piece, we have another beautiful sunset piece. You've got a tree, you got the ocean, you've got the island, and there's a TARDIS in the background. Done by Wendy Steen Shaner, $25. So you've got sunset ocean, $25. Waterfall TARDIS, $25. Pelican TARDIS, $25. Excuse me. Sunset, $25. And the Harlequin, $25. And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them here. If anybody wants to throw it out there, there's 5 of them here. That's $125. I'll do $100 for all 5 shipped to anybody that is a big fan of TARDIS. You can get the whole thing. Or somebody wants to grab a single one, just let me know, please. Let's help get that number closer to 1,000 if we can, please. Sorry about that, Grant. I didn't mean to butt in on you, buddy.
No, I was just saying, did you see Wendy's message? She said that there's another sunset drawing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so that's a 2-piece. They go together is what you're saying. Hold on here. Oh, yeah, I see it now. That's the piece that I dropped. Ugh. So, yeah, here we go. This is a twofer here. Hold on, folks. So, there we go. Right there. Yeah.
Nice.
All right. I got to go to solo. Shabam. There you go, guys. Check that out, hon. Yeah, maybe we should buy these, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, these are sold. It's only because of the lighthouse. Lighthouse won it, Wendy. There you go. These are sold. $50 for Comic Books for Kids. Those are no longer available.
When did you figure that out?
Because Wendy just told me.
Oh.
I know. Oh.
I
I never noticed it either. You didn't upset me at all, Wendy. That one fell off in the floor, and we've been debating on buying the lighthouse one because Tiffany really liked it. You didn't upset us at all. So you know how we went up to Massachusetts and we stayed with Steph and Carrie Ann, and we got the lighthouse pictures. We were debating on buying the lighthouse one if we got our taxes back. I had no idea they connected, so now we're buying both of them. Oh, upsell. I didn't want to upsell you. Oh, that's all right. It's for a good cause, and that's what it's all about, guys. So now we have a total of 4 of these awesome paintings. We got Harley Quinn, we've got Pelican, and the TARDIS. We've got the beautiful water. Well, hold on here. Waterfall and the TARDIS, and then we've got the other beautiful sunset and the TARDIS. We got 4 pieces left, $25 each. Or if you want to buy all 4, we're gonna do $75. Boom, shipped right out the door. So there we go. Now we're at, what is that? 215. 215? Yeah, 215. I'm not even asking you. You do that shady lady math.
That's why you asked me.
She does some shady math, man. I'm looking at her going, how did you come to that number? Can you please show me your work? But anyway, so back to the regular scheduled programming, guys. If you're going to buy any of that stuff, also these are up for auction right now. Last but not least, you can get this awesome piece by Thomas Fleming, number 269 to 600. It is up for auction until the 22nd. And we also got this badass Lady Death piece by Elias Chatzautis for auction as well. It has the COA in the back of the frame for it. So please check that stuff out. Go join Comic Books for Kids. Our Wrestling Flow Studios charity auctions for Comic Books for Kids. The link is in the description. Please go follow the page. Share it out. Share out these auctions. Donate some stuff. Let's raise some money for the kids. So back to our regular scheduled programming. Guys, check out Beowulf. Check out the badass project that it is. We're going to close things down here real soon. We're going to let Grant give you guys the elevator pitch. But please go support the book. He's going to be adding Memoirs of the Morbid later on and possibly get that on there. So you can get that too as well if you missed out. Issues 1 and 2 of Beowulf are available.
That was a good
I
idea.
have both the copies. I actually got the super sweet hollow foil of the first one.
Right.
That's right. And I got the custom Grant Lankard art card. So
Oh, that's right.
yeah. So
I had fun doing
maybe
that.
I'll get. That's right. So I'm going to give you the full screen. I'm going to give you a chance to give everyone the elevator pitch for Beowulf, and also please tell them about that awesome project, Memoirs of the Morbid. Everybody should go look it up on Kickstarter, go watch the trailer, and then go back and pledge Beowulf number 3 and get that as an add-on when he gets that added on there, because it's hilarious. I haven't finished it yet, but so far it's hilarious. And so is the video. Go watch it. Tell them the elevator pitch.
This is my comic book, Beowulf. Beowulf is about Mooney. Mooney is the reincarnation of an 8th century wizard in the body of a cat. He and his owner, Hazel, sorry, I can't figure out which direction I'm going. Hazel discover that a dragon has woken after a 1,000-year nap. The two of them decide to go track down the reincarnation of Beowulf, who has been reincarnated as a 30-something slacker. And the first couple issues deal with them trying to get Victor into shape so that he can go up against this dragon. And we're gearing up for the big battle between him and the dragon. You still there, Russell?
Yeah, sorry, we were conversing about boob glitter. She said she doesn't think I'm gonna like it, so I'm kind of iffy on that.
Like boob glitter?
I guess. Hold on. Here, we're gonna cast our votes real quick before we go. And don't forget to give them the rundown of Memoirs of the Morbid. Tell them what it's all about.
Oh yeah. Okay, so Memoirs of the Morbid, that is a horror anthology in the vein of old horror anthologies from the 30s and 40s. Most notably, if you've ever seen Tales from the Crypt, it's kind of in the same vein as that. We have 5 different stories. All of them are great artists, great writers. Brian K. Morris is on that with me. I'm sure you guys all know Brian. And I have a story, and I do all of the the Crypt Keeper-esque type stories.
Sorry, guys. I scrolled
You
down and
figure
there's
out the
pink
boob
dicks and I'm
glitter?
laughing at it. Oh, there's pink dick penis glitter. But no, this is it. And I don't know why she doesn't think that anybody will like it. So this is what it is. It's like just hold on. Here we go. Yeah, her phone's cracked. It's
Oh,
like
I get it.
lingerie. All right, come on, focus, you stupid camera. Turn down
It
the
looks like a
freaking.
bikini top almost.
Yeah, it's like lingerie boobs. I think it's kind of cool. That one's kind of neat. And it comes in different colors. It comes in purple. Hold on, we got pearl, purple, gold, teal, green, pink, orange.
I like the pink. The pink.
How in the hell do you go to the other one? Oh, here
Scroll
we
through
go.
pictures.
What's the difference between top and oh, one's holographic. All right, so here are our options, guys. We can get purple, orange, pink, green, pearl, and teal, and gold. We definitely got to go with the holographic ones. Why isn't black in here?
Because it's shown in the picture.
Oh, yeah, it's shown in the other picture. Okay. Well, as long as we can get black. I think the black looks awesome. I think it'll look good in there. And then what else should we get to go with the boobies?
You know, if you're going with black, I would do a pink.
Oh, here's ones with the nipples. And they're shaped like hearts.
Okay, but is it confetti that's made out of cardstock, or is it
It's boob confetti.
water cut with?
We gotta have the nipple-shaped ones.
Oh,
Right?
yeah, here we go.
That's
Tropical lesbian hen party confetti. Palm leaf confetti, boob confetti, lesbian bachelorette confetti, palm, is it waterproof? Gold glitter card, pink, pale pink card. Yeah, so it's cardstock. Can't use it. Man, that sucks. All right, we're going to do some more research to come on this, guys. All right, we were going to do, but as a group
That
vote,
came
what
out
does everybody
wrong.
think about these? I like these. And they'll be better for Kickstarter. There we go. There's where, so that it's not so like, oh my god, there's boobs in a cup. The boob
You
boy.
meant
I
the
love it. It's
research
gonna
is
be
to
awesome.
come.
Much research. Dick boob glitter. Oh,
not the penis glitter.
I think we should get some of these too.
What are those? Oh, finger. Okay, I get it.
The middle finger.
It took me a second.
I like the marijuana leaves too that she has.
Oh, there's Marijahubi leaf ones. Where?
It's by the same shop.
All right, I'm sorry. We're getting derailed here in the glitter. You never know what's going to happen on this show. So anyway, guys, your phone's ringing.
Who is it?
Your brother. So anyway, as your phone's blowing up in my hand, guys, please check out Memoirs of the Morbid. Please check out Beowulf 3. Grab all of the books. Get 1, 2, 3. Get Memoirs of the Morbid. Have fun reading it. Support indie comics. Grant, thanks so much for being on here tonight and talking about your projects and derailing with me and
Thanks for
having
having me
fun.
on, Russ.
It was great chatting. For those of
know it
you
was
that are
short
watching
notice.
this back, what's that, bud?
I know it was short notice, so thanks for having me on.
Oh, dude, all you gotta do is reach out. I haven't really been scheduling because life's been crazy, and I'm really trying to catch up on stuff pool, and I don't mind doing these. I even took a break on Saturday and drew duty for Vera Sam, or Sam Vera, I mean. So there you go, everybody. There's my duty. You got the stars. You got a comment up here, and he's claiming Uranus in the name of duty. True story, guys. I googled what color is Uranus, and actually, the color of Uranus was the first thing that popped up. I was so scared to Google that because you never know what you're going to get.
I'm
Oh
gonna be
my
honest
God.
with you. My anus is not blue colored. At least
Mine
Then
isn't
again,
either.
I've never seen my anus though. Technically,
I haven't either, but I know it's not blue. I'm not a Smurf. So I'm gonna kick you back to the green room. Hang out for a second. I'll be right back, bud.
thank you.
Whoops. That is not what I hate this touch screen. Guys, thanks so much for coming and hanging out for the show tonight. Please check out Beowulf 1 through 3. Get Memoirs of a Morbid as an add-on coming soon to Kickstarter near you. So guys, go check it out. Keep supporting indie creators. That's what keeps us going, keeps us motivated, and lets us know that you love what we're doing. And it makes a great community. So if you can't afford to pledge, please share. At least pledge for $1. Let your friends that are following you see that this project is active. create your own post, put the link in there, and share it out. Say, hey, my buddy Grant's got a project going on. It's got dragons. It's got swords. It's got a wizard cat. What could be cooler than that? And let everybody else see it. Because as creators, we share so much. Facebook just like pushes you down. Or you can be stoned. You can be share blocked for a day because your Kickstarter is on every page known to man. And you're swimming in mommy milkers. But anyway, so guys, please check it out. Also, go check out There's an Alien in My Toilet from Sam Vera. Here's the painting that I'm sending to him. He said, hey, draw my character. I know it's crappy. He can hang it on his wall and be reminded every day that his art doesn't suck because it could be worse. It could be my art. So anyway, thanks for being here. Everyone watching this back, thank you so much for watching. Please keep supporting indie creators. Please support this project. And you guys keep being awesome. As always, this is Russ Explode Studios with projects that will blow your mind. You guys have a great night and a great rest of your week.